क्या बोला था? वो तेरी यो अगला बैठना है उसका गेम है लास्ट तक किसका बोलता यो एक बोल गेम को कैसे फोन का चारों के वैसे मैं काबू नहीं अब तेरी सोच रहा था चलो आ गए भाई कल बोला भी तब बिल्कुल सुकून सारे सालों मैंने ये इसको ये यहाँ पे मैंने यहाँ पे रखा था ये ट्यूबलेट गेम लगा ट्यूबलेट गेम वो लगा पीछे बैठ पीछे जा भाई वो बैठा वहां पे नहीं बैठेगा भाई बैठना एक लेक्चर अरे तू पीछे बैठ तेरे साथ अब सुबह तू पीछे आ जा रहा है यार अरे तो इसको उठने बोल अभी ये गेम में काम तू सर्वर फाइनल हो जाता है अरे सर्वर अरे ये क्या ये तो बिना फोन के ये कौन सी कौन सा भी चलेगा अरे गधे गधा है बोल दो हमारा फोन ब्रोकन उधर जाना है वो आगे आया था
Now, you will have to share these papers. Share these papers. I think I'll give you one. Just pass it on that side. Share karo, huh? One paper. 3-4 of you have to share. Sit together. And this 4 you can share with this paper. You can just this. Yes. We will. I will give you. Now. Yes. You are not writing. We are just sharing. We are just discussing the answers. Now, just tick the questions. Class, why there is a noise? Yes. Now just take the questions, the bio questions you just take. Question number 8. I give you one paper.
What are you doing with that?
This I will give for them. एक दिया ना मैंने पीछे.
Then we can take this home.
Share करो. You can take and get a Xerox. ठीक है, ये तुम लोग ले लो. Now you share with that paper. Wait. Why there's a noise? On कर जाओ. Yes, dear girls, not to talk. Listen here. Take the questions number 8, number 9, number 10, 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Tick. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Tick करो पहले. Then I'll give you time to think over and make it fast. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Question number 15. Number 16. Number 15, number 16. Number 18. Number 18. Number 20. 22. 26. 26. 29. 30. 23 भी है क्या? हाँ, correct. 23 भी है. I think this is the same thing that I discussed with you right now. Section D में 35. 35. Section E 38. Section E 38. Yes. अभी बिल्कुल भी बात नहीं. Go through the questions and try. Just check whether you know the answers and keywords, key terms पास में लिखते जाओ so that I ask you, you should be able to tell me how to approach the answer. Okay. Put the paper on the desk there. Paper ऊपर. हाँ? अच्छा, you do one thing. This boy, जाके और 2 प्रिंट आउट लेके आओ. शरद भैया को बोलो भैया और 2 प्रिंट आउट चाहिए. There, very quietly. देखो एक-एक question and answer. खाली key terms, main words पास में लिखो. I will give you 10 minutes so that you know the answers. Finish the first page. Let us take page wise. First page, finish up. Once you are done, tell me. Cerebrum is for memory, voluntary actions. Cerebellum is for balance, muscular coordination. Concentrate. Nobody will talk now. Just keep thinking. There's no need to talk so much. right from the first lecture you had been talking and just talking. First chapter का भी question मैं पूछ रही हूँ, that also you are not able to answer me correct. The first page is over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Second also over, third also.
Oh, super. Acha, chalo. Tell me then, this group. First page, look into the questions. एक के बाद एक बोलो.
Yes.
First page. Yes. Well, 8 से मुझे आता है.
Identify the part labeled as particular C.
The door is open.
No, it's locked.
हाँ.
It is C. It is C.
Question पढ़ो.
Identify the part labeled as pancreas. It is C.
Identify.
The part labeled as pancreas.
C. Okay. Others also check. Next. Next. You finish up. First page.
The image shows the label structure of the brain. Which part of the brain controls the blood pressure? Pause pressure.
Which part of the brain controls blood pressure?
C.
What are the options given?
Cord,
medulla, and cerebellum.
So what will it be? Okay. Which part of the brain controls blood pressure? Blood pressure. Blood pressure means flow of blood. Flow of blood is an involuntary function. So involuntary function will be controlled by spinal cord, no. Skull, no. So B is rule A, not there. Pituitary, no. Spinal cord, no. So option is C. Because medulla is a major part there. Take number 10. Serious. Number 10. Complete first page. Then I'll go to the next row. That flower, question number 10. Number 10. What is that question? You all have finished with this. Number 10, come on. Which process will likely be disturbed or not occur if label part is removed? Which part? Which part? Ovary it is marked, no? Ovules. Ovules marked. Which one? Which process will be disturbed? Formation of? Which process will likely be disturbed? Girls here, you are supposed to quietly sit and discuss with the questions, not keep laughing away there. Which process will likely be disturbed or not occur if part is removed? Which part? It's not pollen tube, it's ovule.
No, I'm saying the formation of pollen tube itself won't happen because the chemical release that is required for the pollen tube to be formed won't happen.
No, that's it. That's irrelevant. यहाँ पे fruit, यहाँ पे pollen tube का कोई relation नहीं है because straight away you are to relate. Yes. This is not a championship that एक answer आया, you are patting each other. Huh? Now, the part removed is ovule. Ovule gives rise to what? Straight away that you have to think fruit. Now, indirect relations, pollen tube and all, no, don't write that. That's not relevant here. Formation of fruit. Select the.
This question comes in. So the perfect answer is only fruit.
Yes. If it is marked, the formation of fruit. Now, ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि this part is marked and formation of seed given. Look for the relevant answer. Ovule is generally seed, but यहाँ पे seed का option है ही नहीं. So fruit is the nearest appropriate option. So you have to go for that. Select the statements that describe the characteristics of the genes. Which is correct?
Option B.
Option. Okay. Genes are specific sequences. That's correct. Genes does not code for protein. That's wrong. In individual of a given species, a specific gene is located on a particular chromosome. Of a given species, a specific gene is located on. That's right. Each chromosome has only one gene. Each chromosome has only one gene. Each chromosome has false. So 1 and 3.
Yes.
1 and 3. Okay. Got the answers there. Now go to the next group there. Take the next page. Next group. What is it? What are?
Question.
What prevents black flow of cells in heart?
I will go through the question. What is it? What is that question? What prevents the backflow of blood inside the heart during contraction? That is, what prevents backflow? Valves in the heart. Thin wall, no. Thick muscular walls, not at all. So valves in the heart. Valves in the heart. Now, next group there. Second page के answers.
Which statement describes the interaction of the abiotic component with biotic component in the ecosystem?
Interaction of abiotic. Which is it?
C.
Earthworm making burrow in the soil. Yes. Go to number 16. What two organisms are competing for food? Which two organisms are competing for food? This is a food web. A and B. Is it A and B?
Yes.
A B को खा रहा है.
A and B. Check the arrows. Food chain. Check the arrows. D and DNF. DNF have common food, that is G. D and F. Achha, let me see there. Ask them, otherwise you have to go to the upper floor. But if you go to the upper floor, it takes somebody along. It's all already there. Then, so here, A and B, what are the options there? A and B. A and C. Come fast. A and C, not at all. D and F. D and F. B and D. B and D. No. The correct option is C, D and F. You have to only go by the options which are given here. Why?
A and B.
Why A and B? No, you are saying.
Why is it extra? Because they have the common code is B.
Why A and B? Because A is feeding on B, no.
But they also have a common code.
They have, but A is feeding on B. A is feeding on B also, no. So that you cannot take. So D is feeding on G, F is feeding on G. And D and F not feeding on each other. So D and
That is
F
also a factor that they cannot feed
on each other. Now listen, number 18. since you don't have these papers, number 18, I will read out these statements. You check out whether they are true or false. Variations are seen in offsprings. Variations are seen in offsprings produced by sexual reproduction. Yes. Individually check whether the statements are true. Assertion is true. Now reason. DNA molecule generated by replication is not exactly identical to original DNA. That is also true. So here, assertion and reason both are true. A and R both are true. A and R both are true. Generally, you will not be asked to write down A is the reason. But now check here. Check here number 18, all of you. Check there. Number 18. The statements are, variations are seen in offsprings produced by sexual reproduction. True, that is. DNA molecule generated by replication is not exactly identical to original DNA. Assertion and reason, are the statements true? Both are true. But are the reason for A? Yes. Since DNA replication is not identical, that's the reason, variation. Both are true. At the same time, R is the reason also of A. R is the reason also of A. Now, go to the next page. Go to the next page, question number 20 onwards. I'll give you 5 minutes. After that, I'm going to ask. There should not be any noise in the class. Think on your own. You don't have to explain each other. There's no need. You think for yourself. I've given you the question paper because it was not Xeroxed earlier, so that's the reason I'm not able to give you enough. Go and ask for 2 more papers. Go and ask for 2 more papers. So at least 2 more printouts you go and ask. So you can sit in small groups. Think for yourself. When I ask you, you should be able to answer me right. Go through the question. Think for yourself. Just now that I discussed with you.
From the label itself, important plant material capacity. That is the
What are the 3 conditions that you have to write for isoprene?
One is moisture, right? For rice.
What is it? Question is what?
The question says the neighboring conditions for the growth of bread rice.
Moisture.
Humidity.
Moisture, humidity, same thing. Moisture, adequate temperature and oxygen.
I thought rhizopus.
Acha, rhizopus. Okay, rhizopus. So it is fungus, no? Bread mold. But bread mold respires aerobically. Bread mold respires aerobically.
It's moisture, adequate temperature, and
3 factors are moisture, because bread mold respires aerobic. So when we are talking about what are the 3 factors? Adequate temperature, moisture, and availability of oxygen. Availability of oxygen. Did you get through those questions now? Now, that's the 3rd page. All of you take the 3rd page. I will ask you now this group. 4th page, that is? Okay. Now, check for the questions now. Question number 20 onwards, I said. Question number 20 onwards. Did you go through? Others, not a noise. Agar ho chuka hai, go ahead. Go ahead with the question. I already asked you to mark the questions. Go ahead. Question number 20 now, check. 20. 23. Let me complete with 20 first. Accumulation of harmful chemicals is maximum in case of organisms at higher trophic levels. I'll break your bones now if you talk nonsense. Now, accumulation of harmful chemicals. What is this method we are talking? Biomagnification, right? Accumulation of harmful chemicals maximum in case of organisms at higher trophic levels. That is a true statement. This side, girls, try answering. Food chain normally do not go beyond 3 to 5 trophic levels. Both the statements are true, but R is not the reason for A. Yes, okay. R is not the reason for A. Go to number 22. Go to number 22. Name an organism which reproduces by wait. Name an organism which reproduces by spore formation. Bread mold. Name an organism and 3 conditions. What are the 3? Availability of moisture, nutrients, oxygen, temperature. 23. If a plant is releasing carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen during the day, it means that there is no photosynthesis occurring. Justify your answer. A plant is one that side and one you may give this side. Now, come here. Come here. One paper. Come here. 3 of you can take one paper and one come here. Now I'm doing question number 20. You straight away go there. Question number 22, 20, 22, 23, 26. Okay, now look into question number 23. A plant is releasing carbon dioxide, taking in oxygen during the day. Does it mean that there is no photosynthesis occurring? A plant is taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Is photosynthesis happening? Yes. Justify. 29. Ruko. We will go there also. We will discuss that also. Now 23. What are you supposed to write? A plant releasing carbon dioxide, taking in oxygen. What is that concept you'll have to write here? Can anybody tell me this side? You're supposed to tell me. Acha, this side, girls. Boys, that side. The question says, a plant is releasing carbon dioxide, taking in oxygen. Which process are they talking about? Photorespiration. The process is photorespiration going on, breakdown of food. Write down the keywords there so that later you know what to write, how to frame. So you are writing there, the plant is releasing carbon dioxide, taking in oxygen. That is, the plant is carrying out aerobic respiration. That is a process of photorespiration. Plant is carrying out aerobic respiration. But does that mean, now that the plant is carrying out respiration, does that mean that there is no photosynthesis? No, photosynthesis is simultaneously definitely taking place. So you are writing that during the daytime, process of photosynthesis is definitely taking place. But along with that, what now next? Photorespiration is also happening. So see, that's a 2-mark question. So for this 2-mark question, you'll have to write 2 parts of this answer. The first part of the answer is, you are writing about a concept of respiration, breakdown of food, release of carbon dioxide using oxygen, aerobic respiration. Ye terms answer mein aana chahiye. After that, you are justifying, justify with an answer. After that, you are also justifying that yes, the process of photosynthesis is also simultaneously taking place, but photosynthesis is the primary process. It's a plant. Respiration will be a secondary process taking place. So write down the keywords adjacent to that question. Remember what to write. 23B, you know, already we discussed that. Now where we go to 26 there. Study now this type of a question, food web. Identify and write the food chain from the food web shown. So this type of a question, last time also I told you that this type of a question when you get, they will ask you to write down 3 food chain, 4 food chains from the food web. So you'll have to neatly write down 4 examples of 4 food chains, 3 food chains from the figure. Identify and write the food chain from the in which the eagle will receive the highest percentage. Tell me which is it?
Eagle, mouse, grass.
Grass, mouse, eagle. That's the with 3 trophic levels. Which organism will be the most affected when a non-biodegradable pesticide is introduced into the soil? Biomagnification. The eagle. Eagle. Because the eagle is feeding on so many organisms. So eagle will be reasonably fast. What is the reason? You have to write that the top organism, the top trophic level is consuming on so many different groups. So it will have the maximum concentration. What is the phenomenon responsible for this called? Biomagnification. Now 29. Following are 2 examples of plant movements. One is for mimosa, that is touch me not, and the other is for the pea plant. Pea plant, when we are talking about the mimosa and the pea plant, just at the sides of the figure, you may write down. When we are talking about the mimosa, what type of a movement is this? Plant movements, control, coordination, we had studied. Mimosa, touch me not. What type of a movement it is? All the leaves fold and after some time it's, that is called mimosa shows movement due to a stimulus. Such type of movement will be known as what? What are the 2 type of movements you have studied? Tropic movements and nastic movement. Tropic movement this is. Now mimosa, mimosa is nastic movement. Pea plant is tropic movement. The bending of the pea will be towards the sunlight. This is phototropism, phototropic. Pea plant is tropic movement. Mimosa, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, bladderwort, any example given. These are all examples of nastic movement. So write down at the sides there. Remember, nastic movement. Now let us answer the question. Which stimulus is common for movement in both? Which stimulus is common for movement in both? Which stimulus? No, here it will be touch, because when you talk about the tendrils of the pea will keep on spiraling and growing. The tendrils of the pea spiral around any other stem, any other bamboo, any other stick. And mimosa, definitely the touch of any other animal, bee, bats, butterfly, human, etc. So stimulus यहाँ पे क्या लिखना है? What is the stimulus there? Touch is the stimulus. Don't write sun, water or anything. Does the movement take place towards the point where the stimulus is received? Mention separately.
When the person moves away from.
Does the movement take place towards the point of the stimulus? For mimosa, what will you write? Away from the stimulus. What is the stimulus for mimosa? Touch. Wherever the bee is touching or the butterfly touching, but then the movement is all over. It's not towards the stimulus always. Never. If I talk about nastic movement. So what will you write there? Does the movement take place towards the point? No for one, no for mimosa, and yes for pea, because pea is a tropic movement. So definitely yes, towards sunlight. Give one reason for the movement in each case. One reason for movement in each case. So what is the reason? The reason that you will have to write. Now this question I want you all to please note it down, because you all, how many of you will take the printouts? Just note it down in your notebook, the difference between, just take it this way. I will frame this question and give you. Remember the concept. Mention 2 points of difference. Mention 2 points of difference. Right. Those of you have the paper, that person also has to write. When similar questions come, see that you are able to apply these concepts there. Mention 2 points of difference between movement of mimosa and pea plant. 2 points of difference between movement of mimosa and pea plant. 2 points of difference between movement of mimosa and pea plant. Okay, now you'll have to write your points this way. Point number 1, you may write, in mimosa, the type of movement is, in mimosa, the type of movement is nastic movements. It shows nastic movements. Mimosa shows nastic movements, comma. The movement is away from the stimulus. Movement is away from the stimulus and is due to, movement is away from the stimulus and is due to the movement of water molecules. Movement of water molecules from one region to another. Movement of water molecules from one region to another in the entire shoot. In the entire shoot, full stop. One region to another in the entire shoot. Next point for P, you write, pea plant shows trophic movement. Pea plant shows trophic movement. Stimulus may be touch and tendrils spiraling. They are always growing in a spiral manner. Tendrils spiraling around a support. Tendrils spiraling around a support. Now that support you can write anything. Stem of any other plant, a stake, a bamboo, etc. Around a support, full stop. The movement is due to process of growth. Movement is due to the process of growth towards the stimulus. Process of growth towards the stimulus. Question number 30, I want all of you to do in the notebook and show me, because this is what we have done the last class. If you have understood, you should be able to do now. Question number 30. Do you need a question paper? One more? Achha, you all can mark here. Question number 30. Question number 30, 35, 38. That's it. 30, 35, 38. Come on, you want to take one more question? Just pass it on. Question number 30. All of you will work it out in the notebook and show me. Make it fast. Make it fast. Question number 30. So get ready with the answers. You frame your answers and tell me. When I ask you, you should be able to tell me the answers. Question number 30. Come on, all of you. Whatever the steps are there, whatever the answers are there. Notebook पे करो. अभी ये करो तभी टाइम होगा. करो पहले. Question number 30. Get set with the answers. I'm going to ask you in 2 minutes, one by one. You should be able to tell me all the answers correct. आधा साल कुछ absent थे. चलो fast.
Taking the first question, why did Mendel carry out an experiment study inheritance of females in garden P? So, why did he choose P is the question.
What are the reasons for choosing P plant? What are the reasons we studied?
He would breed.
What are the reasons? I have given you 4 reasons. No, what are the reasons for choosing P plant? Lifespan is short. Yes, girls, listen. What is the answer for the first question? What are the reasons why Mendel had selected the P plants? Lifespan is short. Then traits are visible and there are contrasting 7 pairs of traits. First point, lifespan short. Number 2, visible traits and 7 pairs of contrasting traits. Third point, what? They are self-pollinating flowers. Fourth point, what? They can be artificially. They are self-pollinating. The same thing you have written earlier also. Okay. They are self-pollinating. And fourth point में लिखना है, they can be artificially cross-pollinated. तो यही 4 point है. Now check what the mark is. अगर 1 mark है तो 2 point लिखना ही है.
3 marks for 3 questions.
3 marks है. एक question का कितना marks लगेगा? So what is the next question? Tell me.
What were his findings? To respect to inheritance of traits in F1 and F2. F1 generation was identical to the variants, whereas F2 generation we had variations of shorter. F1 generation there was only tall plants, and F2 generation there were tall.
What were his findings? Check this question.
Only dominant traits are expressed in the F1.
F1. Listen here. How you write your answer? This is the last question. Let us discuss. What were his findings with respect to inheritance in F1? What were his findings in F1? Only one trait expresses in the F1 generation, and this trait is known as the dominant trait. He named it as the dominant trait. Now that is the first part. Second part you write. What were his findings in F2? In F2 he generation. In the F2 generation he found the homozygous recessive trait expressed in every and the proportion was 1 out of 4, and that concept you write. The F2 findings were homozygous recessive plant were expressed, or the homozygous recessive trait was expressed in the F2 generation in the proportion 1:4, and that is 1:2. That you'll have to explain in 3-4 lines. But basic क्या mention करना है? F1 में that dominant recessive, and F2 में that homozygous recessive expressing again. ये concept लिखना है. State the ratio obtained in F2 generation. Phenotypic ratio क्या है? And genotypic ratio क्या है? 1:. यहाँ पे खाली ratio लिखना है. Phenotypic and genotypic. So इस तरह से see that you frame your answers properly, elaborate according to marks. 35 and 38 also I had asked you to do, but one is from reproduction and the other is from our environment. Our environment you should be able to do. Reproduction number 35 also go through that question. In case you have a doubt, ask in the doubt solving sessions. And all of you will study. Most of you have not yet started. Study.
तू फोन ले पीछे
चलना है जल्दी आना
अबे जेरोक्स किधर है?
अब 30 होता है ये बैच में नहीं पता not mine इसका अलग है किसी को नहीं चाहिए तो मैं ले लूंगी तुम लोग स्टार्टिंग डबल नो प्रिंट का जी ऐसा एक छोटी सी किसकी है पर ये भी चाहिए जाना ये जाना मुझे तो दे रहा है ये कहाँ दे रहा है
लास्ट लेक्चर 65 वाले